Nico Williams' future is on the line. Athletic Bilbao or Barcelona. The secret reason behind his decision will shock you. Plus, Manchester United launch a new bid for Frenkie de Jong. Is he the right fit? And Arsenal are going all in for Victor Osimhen. Will they pay 100 million? All this and much more in today's issue. And you do not forget to put a like, click on the bell and subscribe. You done yet? Then we can get started. Xavi Simons is back in the Bundesliga. The Dutch starlet has rejoined RB Leipzig on loan from Paris Saint-Germain for the 2023-24 season. This comes after weeks of intense speculation linking him with some of Europe's biggest clubs. Despite strong interest from European giants like Bayern Munich and Manchester United, and even whispers of Premier League interest from Arsenal and Manchester City, Simons has opted for a return to the Red Bull Arena where he flourished last season. This loan deal, however, does not include an option to buy. Sources close to PSG have said they believe another season in the Bundesliga is important for Simons' development. They believe his market value will only continue to rise. PSG never truly entertained the idea of a permanent sale this summer. L'Équipe are also reporting that all options are on the table for Simons' future after this loan spell. A return to PSG and a potential starring role is possible, but a big money move elsewhere can't be ruled out either. This will be a situation to monitor closely in the coming months. Remember, Simons was instrumental for Leipzig last season, racking up 10 goals and 15 assists in all competitions. He also shone brightly for the Netherlands at Euro 2024, further solidifying his status as one of Europe's hottest young prospects. His performances, particularly his goal in the semi-final against England, caught the eye of many top clubs. Leipzig are understandably delighted to have him back. They've beaten off stiff competition to secure his signature for another year. Director of Sport Max Ebel was full of praise for the young Dutchman, citing his impressive development and commitment to the club's ambitious goals. Bayern Munich were particularly keen, with sporting director Max Ebel a known admirer from his time at Leipzig. But for now, Simons' future remains in Paris, with Leipzig providing the perfect stage for him to continue his impressive development. Ebel even publicly stated Bayern would try everything to bring him to Bavaria. Simons himself expressed his happiness at returning to Leipzig, stating that the club offers the perfect environment for him to grow both as a player and a person. He clearly feels valued and appreciated at the Red Bull Arena. This is a smart move for all parties involved. Simons gets another year of guaranteed playing time at a top club, Leipzig get a proven performer, and PSG get to see their young asset continue to blossom. We'll be keeping a close eye on this one. Expect more twists and turns in this saga further down the line. The future is bright for Xavi Simons, and the race for his signature next summer could be one of the most exciting transfer battles we've seen in years. The future of Bayern Munich midfield maestro Joshua Kimmich is hanging in the balance, with the German international admitting that all doors are open this summer. Despite the club initiating talks over a new contract, Kimmich's comments have sent shockwaves through Bavaria and ignited transfer speculation across Europe. Kimmich, who has been a cornerstone of Bayern's success since joining in 2015, endured a frustrating season last year as the German giants finished a disappointing third in the Bundesliga. While he expressed his comfort in Munich, where he has built a life with his family, the 29-year-old acknowledged the need for improvement after a subpar campaign. Last season wasn't so successful. That's not what Bayern and I want, Kimmich stated, hinting at a potential desire for a new challenge. The midfielder's availability has put Europe's elite on high alert. Premier League heavyweights Arsenal and Manchester City have long been admirers of Kimmich's versatility and tactical intelligence. Meanwhile, Spanish giants Barcelona and Real Madrid are also reportedly monitoring the situation, eager to add a world-class talent to their ranks. Adding fuel to the fire, sources indicate that Paris Saint-Germain are preparing a lucrative offer to lure Kimmich to the French capital. However, whispers suggest the player is not keen on a move to Paris, preferring to remain in a more competitive league. Manchester City, under the tutelage of Pep Guardiola, remain a viable option, with the Catalan manager a known admirer of Kimmich's abilities. Back in Munich, Bayern are facing a dilemma. While eager to retain their star midfielder, the club is also under pressure to manage their wage bill. A new deal on reduced terms could be on the table, a proposition that might not sit well with Kimmich, who is entering his prime and likely seeking a lucrative final contract of his career. Further complicating matters is the arrival of new manager Vincent Kompany. Kimmich has spoken highly of the Belgian's impact and his vision for the future, but his role under the new regime remains unclear. The arrival of Portuguese defensive midfielder João Palhinha could see Kimmich deployed more frequently at right-back, a position he has filled admirably in the past, but perhaps not his preferred role. The next few weeks will be crucial in determining Kimmich's future. Will he commit to a new era at Bayern under Kompany, or will he seek a fresh start elsewhere? One thing is certain, this transfer saga is far from over. The Arsenal transfer carousel is spinning faster than ever as we approach the peak of the summer window. Eddie Nketiah's future at the Emirates looks increasingly uncertain. While Arsenal have knocked back several bids from Marseille, the whispers suggest a fee of around £30 million could be enough to tempt them into a sale. This opens up a crucial vacancy in Mikel Arteta's striking department, and the rumour mill has gone into overdrive with potential replacements. Leading the pack is the electrifying Victor Osimhen. The Napoli hitman has been setting Serie A alight, and with his contract ticking down, the previously prohibitive £100 million price tag is no longer a major obstacle. However, Arsenal face stiff competition from their London rivals Chelsea, and a fierce battle for his signature is expected. The allure of Champions League football and the chance to lead the line for a title-contending team could be decisive factors in Osimhen's decision. Another name consistently linked with the Gunners is Alexander Isak. Reports from various sources indicate that the Swedish international is Arteta's top target, a player he believes can spearhead Arsenal's attack for years to come. Isak's blend of pace, power and clinical finishing would undoubtedly be a significant upgrade on Nketiah. However, prizing him away from Newcastle, who are themselves aiming to establish themselves as a European force, will be no easy feat. In a surprising twist, Dominic Solanke has emerged as a genuine contender for the vacant striker role. The Bournemouth forward enjoyed a stellar season, bagging 19 Premier League goals and catching the eye of several top 6 clubs, including Tottenham Hotspur. A move across North London would certainly raise eyebrows, and Arsenal could well be tempted to steal a march on their rivals by securing Solanke's services. His physicality, link-up play, and proven goal-scoring ability make him an attractive proposition for Arteta's system. Ivan Toney's name is also circulating in the rumour mill, albeit with some caveats. His recent 8-month ban for betting offences and subsequent dip in form have cast a shadow over his prospects. However, Arteta has a proven track record of rejuvenating players and extracting their full potential. Could he be the manager to unlock Toney's undeniable talent and guide him back to his best? With Brentford likely to lower their asking price, Toney could represent a shrewd acquisition for the Gunners. And finally, could Arsenal reignite their interest in Dusan Vlahovic? The Serbian striker's move to Juventus hasn't quite lived up to expectations, and a return to the Premier League could be on the cards. His powerful presence and clinical finishing would add a different dimension to Arsenal's attack, and the prospect of him linking up with the likes of Saka, Martinelli and Odegaard is a tantalising one for Arsenal fans. Meanwhile, away from the striker search, Arsenal are reportedly closing in on the signing of Mikel Merino from Real Sociedad. The Spanish midfielder has garnered rave reviews for his performances in La Liga, and his arrival would bolster Arteta's midfield options significantly. His defensive acumen, passing range, and ability to contribute goals would make him a valuable asset for the Gunners. The transfer window is a dynamic and unpredictable beast, and things can change in the blink of an eye. But one thing is certain: Arsenal are actively pursuing reinforcements, and the coming weeks promise to be filled with excitement and anticipation for Gunners fans worldwide. Manchester United's pursuit of a midfield maestro takes another intriguing turn. After weeks of intense speculation linking them with PSG's Manuel Ugarte, the Red Devils have decided to pull the plug on the deal. The €60 million price tag proved too steep for United's hierarchy, prompting them to shift their focus to alternative targets, with Wolves' João Gomes emerging as the frontrunner. Sources close to the talks said United have been tracking Gomes for months, fascinated by his tenacious play in the centre of Wolves' midfield. Nicknamed the Pitbull in his native Brazil, Gomes possesses a similar playing style to Casemiro. The Brazilian stalwart, whose future at Old Trafford remains uncertain amidst swirling rumours of a potential departure. The parallels between the two Brazilians are undeniable. Both are renowned for their combative approach, their ability to break up opposition attacks, and their astute positional sense. United see Gomes as a potential long-term successor to Casemiro, a player who can anchor their midfield for years to come. However, the decision to walk away from Ugarte has sparked a mixed reaction amongst the United faithful. While some applaud the club's financial prudence, others express disappointment that they have missed out on a more established and proven player. Ugarte's impressive performances for Sporting Lisbon and PSG have earned him a reputation as one of the most promising defensive midfielders in Europe, and many believed he would be the perfect addition to United's engine room. Nevertheless, with financial fair play regulations looming large, United are clearly prioritising value for money. Wolves are reportedly holding out for a fee of around £38 million for Gomes, a figure that is significantly lower than Ugarte's asking price. This represents a more palatable investment for United, allowing them to allocate funds to other areas of the squad that require strengthening. But United are not alone in their admiration for Gomes. Chelsea have also expressed interest in the Brazilian, setting the stage for a potential transfer tug-of-war between the two Premier League giants. The race to secure Gomes' signature is heating up, and it remains to be seen which club will emerge victorious. Meanwhile, over in Paris, PSG are digesting the news of United's withdrawal from the Ugarte deal. While surprised, they are not overly concerned, confident that they can find another suitor for the Uruguayan international. Ugarte had already agreed personal terms with United, a testament to his desire to join the Red Devils. However, the financial aspects of the deal proved to be an insurmountable hurdle. This is a fascinating saga that is sure to keep us on the edge of our seats in the coming days and weeks. Manchester United's midfield rebuild is a complex and intricate puzzle, and the pieces are still being moved around the board. Will João Gomes be the missing piece that completes the picture? Or will United turn their attention to another target altogether? One thing is for sure, the transfer window is a constantly evolving landscape, and I'll be here to provide you with the latest updates and insights as this story unfolds. The Nico Williams transfer saga is proving to be one of the most captivating stories of the summer window, and it's showing no signs of slowing down. Barcelona's pursuit of the electrifying athletic club winger has been a roller coaster ride of hope and despair, and the latest developments suggest a potential heartbreak for the Catalan giants. Barca have long identified Williams as a key target, a player who perfectly fits their attacking philosophy. His performances for Spain in the Euros and his consistent displays for Athletic Club have solidified his status as one of the most exciting young talents in European football. However, securing his signature has proven to be a much tougher task than initially anticipated. The 22-year-old is yet to give a definitive answer on his future, leaving both Barcelona and Athletic Club on tenterhooks. While the lure of Camp Nou and playing alongside the likes of Lewandowski and Gavi is undeniable, the emotional pull of staying at his boyhood club, alongside his brother Inaki, a true legend at San Mamés, is equally compelling. Sources close to the player indicate that Inaki's influence is significant. The Williams brothers share a dream of playing European football together at Athletic Club, and with the Basque side competing in the Europa League this season, that dream is within reach. This powerful emotional connection could be the deciding factor in Nico's final decision. While reports from France suggest PSG have been informed they are out of the running, Barcelona remain in limbo. They've done everything they can. The funds are in place to activate his release clause, and personal terms have been agreed. All that's missing is the green light from the player himself. Spanish journalist Gerard Romero, a reliable voice when it comes to Barcelona transfer dealings, reports that Nico is expected to communicate his decision this week, possibly before Monday, when he's due back for pre-season training with Athletic Club. However, adding another twist to the tale, reports from Spain suggest Nico has already rejoined Athletic Club early for pre-season, a move that strongly hints at his desire to stay put. This would be a devastating blow for Barcelona and President Joan Laporta, who are already under immense pressure after a frustrating transfer window marked by financial constraints. While Barcelona remain hopeful, clinging to the slimmest of chances, the momentum seems to be shifting firmly in favour of Athletic Club. The prospect of playing alongside his brother, the comfort of familiar surroundings, and the allure of European football with his boyhood club could prove too strong to resist. This is a story that continues to evolve with each passing day. We'll be glued to our phones, bringing you the latest updates as they happen. Remember, folks, in the world of football, anything is possible until the ink is dry on the contract. Manchester United are back in for Frenkie de Jong. The Red Devils' pursuit of the Barcelona midfielder is a saga that just won't go away. Erik ten Hag remains a huge admirer of his former Ajax prodigy, and it seems he's ready to try his luck again this summer, reigniting a transfer story that dominated headlines last year and showing just how determined he is to bring the Dutch maestro to Old Trafford. Sources in Spain suggest Barcelona are open to selling de Jong to help balance their books. A fee of around £34 million has been mooted, a significant drop from the figures previously quoted, which were in the region of £70 million. This could be due to several factors. Firstly, de Jong is entering the final 2 years of his contract at Camp Nou. Barcelona are under pressure to reduce their wage bill and avoid losing a valuable asset like de Jong on a free transfer in the near future. Secondly, the Blaugrana are still feeling the effects of financial mismanagement in recent years and need to generate funds to reinvest in their squad. Interestingly, there are reports of a potential swap deal involving Antony heading to Barcelona. This would certainly be a surprise twist, considering Antony only joined United last summer for a hefty fee. However, it's understood the Catalan giants have rejected this proposal as Antony doesn't fit their current profile. It seems they'll only let de Jong go for a straight cash deal, prioritizing financial gain over player exchanges. This suggests Barcelona are looking for immediate funds to pursue their own transfer targets, potentially including Spanish duo Nico Williams and Dani Olmo. It's no secret that Ten Hag wants to bolster his midfield, and the prospect of a de Jong-My New partnership is certainly an intriguing one. Imagine the Dutch maestro's passing range combined with Mainu's youthful energy and drive. This midfield duo could be the engine room that powers United back to the top of English football. However, there are doubts. De Jong's hefty wages could be a stumbling block, and his recent injury record is a concern. He's been sidelined with an ankle problem and missed a significant portion of last season. Plus, some argue that with Kobbie Mainoo's emergence, a more defensive-minded midfielder like Ugarte would be a better fit alongside the youngster. The question remains whether de Jong possesses the defensive capabilities to thrive in a deeper midfield role. His strengths lie in his passing, dribbling, and ability to dictate the tempo of the game, rather than his tackling and interceptions. Despite the complexities, Man United's interest in de Jong is concrete. They haven't given up hope of bringing him to Old Trafford. The lure of playing under Ten Hag again and the potential to be a key figure in a rebuilding project could be tempting for de Jong. He could be the missing piece of the puzzle that helps United challenge for major trophies once again. This is a transfer saga that will likely rumble on throughout the summer. Will de Jong finally reunite with Ten Hag at Old Trafford, or will he remain at Barcelona? And as always, let me know your thoughts in the comments below.